If you click on this video, it's not by chance, this is God's will. Now, God wants you to come to Him by yourself. Dear one, leave the noise and chaos of people and come to me, where you can find peace and comfort. I have led you and I am still leading you. I want to invite you into the deepest parts of me, where noise and chaos from people can't reach. That's where the deep water is that heals your spirit in ways that people who don't have my anointing and energy can't. You are being asked by the Father to enter a new realm of trust. Give up the way of thinking of the older sibling who whines and pushes to get what they want. What I'm not telling you is not a secret. It's not that I don't care about you or reject you. Come up to me. Come up to me, sit down on my lap, hide your face in my chest, and let me show you how much I love you. The Father makes His desire known by saying that He misses it because you think you are fully grown up. You are still my child and my beloved. In my embrace, you will find that what other people want you to earn is freely given to you. I am where your rest comes from, and in that rest is the freedom that includes all of me. Today, God says that everything is okay. The Father says, everything is satisfactory. No matter how hard things get in your life, know that I've been there from the beginning and will continue to be with you. I will stay by your side until the end. When you get through this challenge, you will understand that none of the bad things you thought would happen did. Let that be the lesson you learn from a very bad situation. Know that when the enemy puts in their best effort, I will do my best, making sure that the result is good. The Father says, I will lead you to a certain conclusion. I will keep my promises. I am not a man who would lie, and my Father is not a man who would take back what He said. I am still sure of what I think about you. Others have changed how they see you because they don't believe their predictions. They said they believed in you and would help you, but all they were was dust and ashes. You should put your trust in me instead of people. People will always let you down, but I will always be true and dependable. So, when you get to your area of blessing, your story will be safe and your victory will be certain. Today, God says that He is shining His light on people who are in the dark. Do not let the thoughts of dark people affect how you see yourself. They can't see or understand clearly because I shine light into their darkness, showing them who I am in you and what I'm doing in your life. Even people who can see light from other sources might not always understand what I'm doing and how it affects my life. People's opinions are very small on my scales, so pay attention to what I say. Listen to what I say. Prepare yourself for what I'm about to say because I've already given you bits and pieces. If I told you everything I plan to do and say to help you and your life, you would find it hard to accept and believe even a small part of my goodness. You shouldn't judge your ability based on what other people have done. Even though other people may have fallen and given up, that doesn't mean you will too. Even though other people have failed, that doesn't mean you will too. My word, which depends on your obedience, is the only thing that determines your fate. There is no better time than now to make sure you are saved by obediently following the exact things I have told you. You already have salvation inside you, and it's up to you to make it real in your life so that its spirit can show itself. I'll say it again, dear one, the essence will show itself when you let go of all your power and doubt and just do what it says. Follow orders without thinking about what might happen next or whether there are witnesses or possible attackers nearby. Follow my instructions, and because you did, I will fully fulfill all of my promises and provisions for you. Today, God tells you not to think in cycles during this time in your life, because looking backward or to the sides may make your stress last longer than it needs to. Keep your thinking in a straight line. Look into these two words. Instead of making decisions over and over, choose the most direct way to agree and make decisions in a straight line. You will then join the kingdom, which is a place of justice, joy, and peace. I am teaching you how to speak and write clearly. When you do this, your words and deeds will have the same power as if I had said or done them myself. You can choose between the good, the suitable, and the perfect will of God. But let's talk about how brave you are and how you're going against God's will. In God's divine will, distractions are dealt with, wishes are granted, and your fate is made clear. You have a gift that heals. Some people around you are physically impaired and need healing help. Put your hands on them and say what you want to happen. When you put your hands on the sick, even those with terminal or long-term illnesses, and speak the holy words of the Father, their lives will change in amazing ways. God also says that people who have faith may go through full recovery. Get a small bottle of oil and don't let your superstitions affect it. You will take it out, touch someone with it, pray, say what you want, and say what the Father says. You will be the channel through which Jesus speaks, freeing and healing not only physical bodies but also people whose minds and spirits are broken. By speaking the word, people will be refreshed and given hope again, because the Father says, I am the God who confirms your hope. Before the video continues, please like the video, share it with your family and write Amen in comment. God tells you today that it's time to get off your boat and cross the water. You can now walk on water. The time has come, says the Father, and all that's left is for you to move forward knowing that I will let the winds and waves help you instead of drown you as you go toward my presence. This is an example of how faith shows up in reality. I have called you to do more than just live in my spirit. I want you to move through my spirit. It's not possible to do it while watching the waves and winds. Do not let the scary circumstances take over your thoughts. Don't listen to the opinions that tell you that you can't, won't, or that it won't work. Keep your attention on me. I will point you in the right direction with my eyes. Because that's who I am and what I do, I will make sure you learn what you need to know at the right time, leading to results that are better than you expected. I have given you the power to understand and hear what I say. Commit only to the things you see the Father doing. It may look like your choices don't make sense because they aren't based on shallow feelings or instincts. Sometimes, my directions will look like flashcards that are shown to you. All I need from you is to immediately acknowledge them and follow them. After that, things will fall into place, and my favor will rise upon you, not because you are smart or talented, but because you listened to my Spirit, which led you straight to the realization of my plan for your life. Pick this day to stop the round of doubt. You are aware and making progress because I am with you, and those who join with me do not do anything pointless or useless, says the Father. According to divine direction, new relationships are starting to form for you today. Get ready to enjoy the friendships and bonds I'm inviting you to make in your life and social group. You don't have to be lonely. Isolation is not a good thing, so you will not feel alone. Today, I want you to actively seek, inquire, knock, and inquire about the friendship and fellowship that I have set aside for you to grow and enjoy. Stop thinking about past failures. Stop judging new bonds based on regrets and rejections from the past. Once more, don't look back. Keep your mind off of the past and on the future. If you listen to my words instead of the voices of sadness and grief that try to take over your thoughts, you will find new life and hope. I set up families for the lonely and have never said that my men and women should suffer in solitude and seclusion. Free yourself from the spell of bad things that happened in the past. Past events can't stop you from seeing new opportunities. Your past won't decide what will happen in the future. The enemy tricks you by telling you that all you can expect is failure, which goes against what I did for you on the cross. You will not be turned down because I was turned down and laughed at by people for your sake. Do not make yourself a martyr for past situations that didn't work out. Today is a new day, and you need to get out of the prison of regret, throw off the cloak of old pain, and embrace the things I'm doing now. You asked about it. You have been sad. As you begged me, I replied, "Dear one, if you will cooperate with me, I will give you the change you prayed for." There is no magic bullet or quick fix that will get you from where you are now to where you want to be. You have to walk through this wild area, taking one brave step at a time. When you do that, you will feel my presence with you on the trip, leading you to happiness, healing, and restoration. Today, God says, I am your existence and your strength. I'm making you stronger and giving you more energy right now. The new wine of my spirit is being served in a variety that has never been seen before. Continue to be open to what I do. Pay attention to what I say. Follow my instructions and change into a new vessel that can receive new ideas and insights from my world that you didn't understand before. There are some things you've been waiting a long time for, and the anticipation makes you feel better than the real reception. All of that is going to change. I am moving you from anticipatory to actualized thought. Transitioning from aspiration and wish to tangible existence and actuality. This is the place that Amos 9 verse 13 talks about, where the plowman beats the reaper because you work hard to cultivate my field, which changes the environment and brings about the fulfillment of deepest hopes and dreams. The work I'm doing inside of you moves you into the present moment of possibility and support. The enemy has fought hard against attempts to keep you stuck in lack and desire, but that is no longer the case. The enemy has tried to make your gift less powerful and remove your ability to keep it. That's why I'm stepping in to stop him and let you experience my plenty fully. The parts of your life that need strengthening are getting stronger. I'm strengthening something that has broken down and been pushed to its limits. Other people have seen how hard things are for you and tried to help, but the Father says He is the rescuer and will save you, not anyone else. Stay open to and flexible with my spirit. I have heard your plea. If you are the first to do what I have asked you to do, I will be the first to give you the gifts I have planned for your life. Before the video continues, I request you to comment Amen and please help me by doing super thanks. Your support means a lot to us. Today, God says, I am not a God of uniformity. I represent an infinite range of creativity and variety, and through my creativity, I will come to life in your life and be expressed in many ways through your existence. Get ready to experience the unique and amazing things that happen when my spirit guides and teaches a willing person. People, even those who don't believe, will wonder what makes you different when my life flows easily through you. Others try to put on a spiritual front, but I will give you a sense of being supernaturally natural, which will help you connect right away with people who are bored with religion. Sometimes, all that's needed is to walk into the room. To be a vessel of glory means to be a spiritual way for others to receive the divine visitation they so eagerly await. The Father wants you to move forward into what other people are just waiting for. They are blind, crippled, and dried out, and they are waiting for the waves to wake them up while I stand right in front of them. Accept the core of Christ in you, the hope of glory, as it shows up in your daily life. Take deep breaths in my essence and let out the scent of my aroma. This will bring some people in and push others away. Someone with strong religious beliefs might say, "That's not God," or "God doesn't work that way." Do not listen to them. Do not pay attention to people whose spiritual experiences are marked by shame instead of a deeper connection with my kingdom. Now is a very important time for you, and if you want to enter my kingdom, you have to go through the tight gate that many people thought would only let my chosen ones in. Let them off the hook. Love them. Keep going forward, because this is the time when I'm separating the heavenly from the earthly, and I want you to ascend. It is said by God, "Today you will be with me in the peace of the day." The Father says, "You will hear my voice resonating in the winds as I reveal myself to you, ushering you into a realm of intimacy that goes beyond anything you've experienced before." As you study the scriptures, my voice will reverberate within you like the sound of many waves, making you more like me. You'll feel my presence, get my gifts, and be changed by my character. It will be easy for you to show how great I am because you won't be limited by religious rules or wrong ideas about who I am. People will notice that you have your Father's vision and His kindness, which includes my understanding and mercy for those who have been shunned, rejected, or left behind by others. The love that I am will change into your essence, which will have an effect on many lives and give them new hope through the words and actions that show them who I am. The Father tells you that you will walk into a place and change the mood. The peace of my kingdom will spread to places where there is a lot of strife and discord, showing the stillness where I am known for who I am. I have accompanied you into that room, so as soon as you walk in, the demonic power will leave anyone who is trapped. When this happens, don't try any of the complicated ways that some people may try to get away. You only need to say, "Shut up and come out," and the devil will leave, freeing people. This is an example of how my power shows up. This shows that I have stepped into your life and that I am not a God limited by religious rules. Instead, I am a compassionate and powerful God who will reveal and destroy the enemy to bring joy and laughter back to hearts and lives that are stuck in sadness and darkness. Today, God says, "I am the provider." As promised, I have given you everything you need to improve your life and reach your goals. It's this one deep truth that the shepherd's promise of a life and life more abundantly points to. I'm trying to give you something you already have and make you into the person you naturally are. The cross's job is to take away the pain of sin and the stain of the fall so that you can become the real person I made you to be and rule over everything I gave you. Listen to my reality, says the Father. Let the awe of my greatness inside you overcome any pain, disappointment, or hopelessness. The Father tells you that you have a skill. People notice your ability before you do, which opens doors for you. When things are tough and stressful, remember that this is not your end destination. Since you don't want to stop there, please know that I have not planned for you to sleep in the thorny area. Today, I'm telling you that you've been living in this tough position for a long time. This is a time to learn, get equipped, and move from being stuck to being transformed. This will allow my spirit to control your life, make the changes you need to make, and lead you to where you want to go. Today, God tells us to focus on the throne. You are controlled by what has your attention. I have not chosen for you to be ruled by anyone, anything, or any situation. You have been given power by me. You work for heaven, not the world. As my helper, I gave you a ring and a dress that show how important and powerful you are in the world. Get rid of the poverty attitude. Don't play the victim part. Don't think like a victim. You are told by the Father to stop talking like a victim. You are not a victim, just like I am not a victim, and I am inside of you. There is no such thing as a victim. You are a win that has not yet happened but will soon. Turn your attention away from the chair and toward the throne. The world is where I put my feet, and its upheavals and disturbances are like tiny grains of sand on the scales. Those who focus on the throne, from which all power flows, will achieve real strength and ultimate victory. Focus on the throne again, because you are where your attention leads you. I know this goes against what you were taught and doesn't match how you've behaved in the past when you were under a lot of stress. The Father says, "It is hard, but I am making it easier for you to accept and give up my control and authority." This shows what government and sovereignty are really about in my kingdom, and they're not just about the afterlife, not. The Beloved's rule starts right now. Today, God tells us to focus on ourselves and our destiny. I am not a faraway God. You have asked me to come. Where am I going to come from? I live inside of you. Are you not my safe place? Are you not my home? You asked for visitation, and I say that you are the visitation. You asked for revival, and I say that you are the revival. You asked for an outpouring, and I say that you are the outpouring, because I live inside you as the I am, the same essence that fills all the gaps in your life and shines out into the world. I go through you and out into the land to take over the area and change culture. Do not make the mistake of putting off what I have allowed you to embrace and exist as my chosen home on earth. The Father tells you that you are in charge of managing money. You have all the wealth of heaven inside you, and I am telling you today that I have put all of that inside you in your care and the glory. Write down the count and tell the Father what to do. How could I not have given you everything you needed for life and glory with my Son 2,000 years ago if I hadn't held back my Son? You have all the smaller gifts and the glory if you own the Son. Do you think this is true? Moving forward, don't look for sustenance, become the sustenance itself. Go ahead and do something without looking or asking. Just be aware. People who know something will do something about it. Build your life around who you are and what you know, not around what you don't know or what you're not good at. Now is the time to get this and see the many gifts of heaven come into your life. Today, God tells you to wake up and follow your interests. To follow your calling, you need to be aware of and dedicated to the desire that was planted inside you. Only activities that get you excited will give you the drive to do amazing things on your way to fulfilling your destiny. The Father begs you to understand what He says. I don't take down the fortresses. I have called you to take down the strongholds, and I am counting on both the strength of your faith and the passion of your zeal. You have to do what I tell you to do, and the passion I put in your heart and soul gives you the power to do great things in my name. This is fully functional. Thoughts of religion can make you passive, but the kingdom doesn't show passiveness. My chair doesn't give off any passive energy. Where did it come from? For me, it's a kind of death. Your goals and dreams die when you're too busy, but I've come into your life today to bring them back to life. The Father says, I am provision. The story I have planned for you is not one of sadness or failure. Reject the talk of pain and the talk of hopelessness. The enemy wants to train your mind to make bad things happen regularly so that they become the main story of your life. Caring about people who are in trouble. Take up the cause of those who are suffering. Take on and live out a mission of compassion for those who are suffering while keeping your feet firmly on the story of the cross's victory. Do not let any voice but mine and the sound of my words take over your thoughts and attention. Free yourself from the impact of outside voices that are trying to reach your emotions, soul, or heart. This is the discipline of those who do good things in my name, says the Father. I urge you to dedicate yourself to this process during this season you are living in. Today, God says, accept my plan, and you will see my result. Know that the trip may be hard, but the result will be worth it. Dear one, everyone wants results, but few understand what I'm trying to do in the valley and the depths. The shadows in the valley represent the goals I'm leading you toward, which you may not fully understand yet. From the mountain, you'll be able to see the bigger picture and the faraway horizon, which I have chosen as your fate. Both of these points of view are true for you. One shows how it works, and the other shows what happens. Listen to what I say, says the Father. Know that I've done enough to get ready for your trip. As a result, follow my instructions and don't give up. Your progress depends on how patient you are. As long as you carefully follow each step and use my method, you will get the real result I promised you as your particular destiny. Are you ready for change to happen? Are you ready to make progress and find freedom from stagnation? Come on, let's move forward together. Your future starts now. Before the video ends, I request you to help me by doing super thanks. Because I don't have house and I have to make my new house.